you in a relationship and y'all married, you let one person look at all the finances. Sometimes one person could go rogue and they could be buying stuff you don't know about.
That's
And
true.
then next thing you
That's
know, let's
true.
end this relationship and they got a whole new stuff set up with your money.
I still kind of don't sound the greatest, but my daughter's starting to feel better now. I think my wife is feeling better too, but she's still got a little cough. So we just been down bad. But luckily, like I said, you think things are hard, but then you gotta work when you're sick or work when you don't have any energy, and I gotta feel like you got a stomach bug and a fever at the same time. But it just made me think like all you got to do is show up, and you'll be able to do it through God. And I was just thinking like, man, like sometimes you don't think you have the energy, but you have the energy. You can do almost anything that you put your mind to. Like if you say you're going to do something, you can still do it.
You
Even
can.
if your body isn't even if your body isn't there, even if your mind isn't there, sometimes you can just do it. If you show up, you get out of bed, get a shower, put some clothes on, you can still do it.
You got to have that willpower to overcome.
Yeah. You gotta have that willpower, and I think people don't understand. You can tap into that willpower, and you just tell God, "Let God just help me throughout the day." And you show up, time will go by, and it'll be the end of the day.
Shit, how many
So that's
hours you
where
got
we
to
are.
work? How many hours you work?
Monday through Monday through Friday, I usually go in 10:30. I work all day except for 2 days. So I work for Monday. It'd be 10:30 to we close at 8, and you got to close down. So you probably get out about 9 o'clock. So I go home at 5 o'clock on 3 days. Yeah, 5 o'clock, 10:30 to 5 on 3 days, and then the other 2 days I work all day.
Now,
Yeah,
are you paying yourself or you working for free?
yeah, I'm paying myself. I get paid for those hours.
Oh, okay. What?
Yeah.
What? So, oh, okay. Well, yeah. All right. So, how that? So, when your business partner goes in, they get paid for the time work there too.
Yeah.
But your goal is to have somebody to hire
Yeah,
somebody so
yeah.
you won't have to work there.
Right, right. We've hired somebody, and somebody started the other day. It's young kids, and you training them and stuff like that. And I'm learning some of the stuff in the kitchen too. And I mean, it's fun cooking. Like I enjoy cooking anyway, and it's challenging. Like I say, trying to get all the food and stuff out at the right time.
Uh huh.
Sometimes the order will come in and I'll be ready to do it, but you got to wait so it'll come out fresh and hot. You can't just do it and just push it out and be done, and it can be cold for the person. So it's interesting getting the timing and all that kind of stuff down. But like I
You
say, it's fun.
you pay yourself as
Oh,
I'm
God.
just curious about the business. You pay yourself at the
Mm.
same rate you pay your employees. It's like you just
I I'm a general manager, and the other guy is a general manager, so we get paid a little bit more just because we do a little bit more stuff, prepping, all that kind of stuff. And I work the front, the kitchen, the back, everything closed down. So we do get paid a little bit more. We got an assistant manager who's also the cook, one of the secondary cooks. So he gets paid a little bit less than we do. And the other people, if you're 15, you can't technically work in the kitchen. You can do
uh
the
huh.
front, or you can wash some dishes. So they get paid that rate. So
So, what kind of how do you keep track of the hours? What kind of software do you use to
we
keep track
got
of the hours?
we do the Paycor. Paycor has all that kind of stuff, and it's in Toast too. So you can kind of when people clock into the Toast system, which is the POS system too,
Uh huh.
it'll show their hours and they clock in and out on there. So when it's time to do payroll, you go in there, you get their hours, you get the overtime and all that kind of stuff, and you can see the tips too because we
Overtime.
yeah when they don't get any overtime, but
Okay, but you do,
if
yeah.
yeah right. So if we have overtime like that, but all the tips that we get, that's what we offer to the cashier. So we kind of break it up in between whoever's working that day. Like if you work in the kitchen too, you will get some tips. So
So
I don't
you
get any tips.
well, you don't need to get no tips. So so you go in there, you adjust the times, you make sure people clock in, clock out right. And what kind of breaks do you offer? Do your people get breaks?
If you do, like if you have to do a certain amount of hours. So like if you're doing a whole day, that's when we give you a break. But you can pretty much like it's not completely busy, especially during the week throughout the whole day. So it's some downtime. So our employees they love the environment. You can kind of watch TV. Some of them watch TV out front and just relax. You get you a drink, but you're not gonna be just have a official lunch break. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
So we can have somebody on the clock and they can order food. They get a discount. We'll cook it up. You eat it in the back and get back to work. That's just how it is. It seems like it's working though.
So tell me this. What I was about to say.
Interesting.
Damn, what I was about to say. Inventory. How you manage your inventory?
Well, that's what the other owner does, and I was kind of watching how he does it. But we got cups, the hot dog containers, the large boxes, the small boxes. We kind of have them. We put them out on the line, and we have them up on the shelf. So whenever you run low, I guess you can kind of just see and know what you need to order. We got all the food inventory. They do, they keep stuff for like a week. Like if it's the wings or the meat, you kind of rotate them. If you're running out, you have the next one rotated in, and you do your order for U.S. foods, and there's that kind of stuff. And you just I guess you got to kind of see how things are selling to know when you need to order again and do it that way. You just got to watch your inventory, keep track of it on a computer.
Is it on a computer or paperwork where you keep your inventory on track?
On computer. It's on the computer.
And how you run low? By your eyeballs or your computer tell you?
Well, yeah, eyeballs. I mean, I'm pretty sure the computer program they have can tell them too, but you can just see, you can see what you're running low on, and usually the vendors kind of know how you're ordering because they've called a couple times. They were like, well, we see you got your bread order, but do you need some more bread? Because maybe you had a bigger week or something like that. So.
Well, they tried to upsell you. That's what they tried to do.
Yeah. Well, of course they're gonna try to do that anyway. But like I said, you just said we're good. But use trial and error.
And you use the same people. You require to use the same vendors that your franchisor tells you.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And you pay how? So when the bill comes in, how do you pay them? You pay them a 30-day net, 60-day net.
What you mean for expenses or like for?
Just say you need 1,000 cups. They give you 1,000 cups. How you pay that? How you pay for those 1,000 cups?
Well, I've seen them do like we can just charge it all together through the business account, and just be done with it. They send you an invoice and you just pay your invoice.
Oh, okay. And how long you got to pay your invoice?
Probably about 30 days, but we don't like to just let stuff sit. We just go ahead and take care of it.
All right. Another question. Did you do your taxes for 2021?
Taya did, yes.
How did y'all incorporate your business into your taxes?
How do you mean? In our personal taxes or?
Yeah, okay. Is your business an LLC or is it incorporated?
Yeah, it's a LLC. It's a LLC.
So who's the owners of it? You one of the owners, correct?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So did you claim some of that stuff on your taxes?
I think we did. Like I said, we got a CPA, and the person who did the taxes, they tried to give us. We tried to have all the receipts and all the write-offs we could. Trying to offset some stuff. We did the best we could. I can't remember exactly, how it turned out. I'm scared. I'm almost scared to ask, but
What you mean? I thought y'all done it already.
No, we did, but I didn't want to know. I didn't want to know what it looked like.
Wait, did y'all get money back? Big money.
We probably had to pay a little bit, but I didn't ask how much we had to pay back. I didn't want to know.
What you mean, Brady? You need to inform yourself on your tax stuff.
I will when I'm ready.
Watch this.
Go home,
Brandon, I'm not talking about you. I'm gonna say this to the audience. If you let one person, if you in a relationship and y'all married, you let one person look at all the finances. Sometimes one person could go rogue. And they could be buying stuff you don't know about, and then next thing you know, let's end this relationship, and they got a whole new stuff set up with your money.
That's true. That is 100% true, and
I'm
it's
not saying
important.
that. I'm not saying that with
Oh, I
you,
know,
Brandon.
I know, I
But I
know.
watch, like we talked
That is
about
good
Dave
advice.
Ramsey earlier today. Those guys or women who control one person control everything. They be sometimes they go rogue. They be setting themselves up, and then you thought you had 100,000. You get the voice. You got zero in the bank.
Right. So that is smart advice for sure.
So just take
And
a peek at it a couple of times. Say where we at. That's all I'm saying.
some things you don't want to know. Oh, I hear you. I hear you.
What do you mean? No,
Yeah.
you said we talked about transition to manhood. So if you don't want to know, to be like a little kid, don't tell me, mama. I'm gonna want to go to the doctor.
Or
Don't tell me. You got to be the man.
you're right.
Tell me
You're
what the
right.
deal's going on.
You're right. But like I say, sometimes there's so much other things going on. Like I wanna try to do our editing for our show. I wanna try to make sure I got everything in the restaurant down. I wanna make sure I can learn how to close this down. I can go look at the text and stuff, but I wanna have my mind focused, especially when I'm trying to work. Like and I've been sick all this time, being outside of my home. Like we've been away. What, it's been 2 weeks since we've been down here.
About 2 weeks. The wife's still down there.
Yeah, my wife's down here too. So
She
it's
ain't
it's been
traveling no
an
more. Well, her traveling slowed
yeah.
down.
She listen. This is and she's about to start. She's going back to Arizona next week, and I think she's leaving Tuesday. And my mom is gonna come down here to help watch our daughter
Uh-huh.
for 3 days until she comes back. Cause I was gonna have my daughter come to work. I mean, she can. Like that Memorial Day that I was sick. My daughter came in the whole day. She kind of hung out in the front, was watching TV. She was in the back. She, just playing around, not playing around, but helping with prep a little bit, quote unquote. Because she's not necessarily a worker and can't be working in the kitchen, but you know, but we'll see. They might come in and stay for a little bit. But my mom
Damn.
is coming down here to help out. But
Well, how you talking? You could be paying your your daughter a salary, and write that thing
yeah,
off on your taxes, and
and
using the money to buy her stuff she needs.
right. And I plan to do it, but then she got to be like 8 years old, I think.
No, she could be 1 month,
Oh
one
yeah,
day or older. One day up to
really?
she's like 17.
Oh, okay.
You can pay
Well, I
your
thought it
kids.
was. Oh, okay. I wasn't sure.
You can pay your kids, but you got a tax professional got to help you on that one, and that means you trying to save how much money you can save by working within the law.
Yeah,
So
I
now
got you.
tell me this: with your franchise business, are you happy you started it?
Am I happy I started it? Ask it in another way. Like I love the franchise.
Okay, I ask it
If I
another
could do
way.
it again, we probably want.
Would you
Go ahead.
do it again?
No, I wouldn't do it
What,
again.
what you mean? No, Brandon. That means you don't like the damn
I
thing.
have listen. I haven't been home in 2 weeks. So do I like the franchise? Like I said, I love having this restaurant. I love working it. Like, I love the environment we created. But it's hard. Like it's hard work. Like I say, if I could do it a different way, I mean, if I didn't have to do it, yeah, of course we wouldn't have to worry about it. But we're trying to build something here, like being able to see the faces of people and they enjoying the food, they loving the customer service, all that kind of stuff. It make you feel good. And they like people really want to see you win. Like, I've had a lot of our people come in and they just be proud that we got something like this and they praying for it and they blessing the business and just stuff like that. It's good to see.
Now, my advice: don't tell no white people it's black owned. Now,
True, but
don't.
they know. They
No,
know.
no, no!
And
Don't tell
listen,
them.
no,
Don't tell them.
but they already know, and they ask for the manager, and they just because that's what people do, and a lot of people don't like it. You know what I'm saying? And the other
The,
business own.
the
I
manager
mean,
could be
hey, it
black.
is.
Don't tell them it's black owned, man. Don't
They
tell
they
them.
they, they already know. And
No, they don't
listen,
know. They don't. I
look,
ain't don't put that on you. And people won't understand this
but
in the
listen,
chat. understand us in the chat. But Brandon, you know where I'm coming from, don't you?
I know what you mean. I know what you mean. I know what you mean. But what we gonna say? We don't own it as hard as we working. This is the owner. Yeah, you don't like it. That's fine.
We just working here. Now, if you sold fried fish and barbecue, they may support that, but you don't sell fried fish and barbecue. All right. So you ain't black owned. You just they're working there. The owner don't live here.
But listen, and the other owner, he bought a car recently. He bought a BMW i8. So a lot of people like to come by and see the car, and they're like, "Who's the owner? Who owns this car?"
Lord. No, man, no, Brandon.
So they be mad. They don't like that. Some people love it. Like, so it's a lot of mixed things. So especially in this area, but.
Now,
the
I'm
other day,
now.
this is another story. The other day, he got a motorcycle. He rode his motorcycle to work, and he was opening up. So he just happened to be in the kitchen. He kind of looked out the window. It's a nail shop right beside us, right, with some Korean people. So they was sitting on his bike taking pictures. So he flew outside and was like, "What are y'all? What are you doing? You sitting on my vehicle? That's like if somebody got in your car and they was taking pictures."
Yeah, especially
like,
motorcycle, they can knock it over.
Yeah. And what if you knocked it over? It's easy to knock a motorcycle over and damage it. So
and hard to pick up.
Like, right. And if you're a little Asian person, it's gonna be hard for you to pick that up by yourself. But they was just like, "What? We just want to take some pictures on your bike." So. That was just another example of some of the stuff that go on.
Well, here's the thing.
What you about to say?
Was them Asian people, did they look good?
I don't know. Just I ain't see who it was because I didn't know. I don't know who works over there or what, but it's an Asian man and a woman. He said.
Well, all the 5 women can take pictures of my bike anytime they want to. But if you're a man, you may get your ass whooped.
Right. The man was on the bike.
Hell no. Hell no. Nah, you better get your ass whooped. You see how sexist people can be? We'll do that right there.
Right. Why? I don't
Brandon,
understand.
A man on your bike,
that's what I'm saying.
Trying to get clout.
Yeah, for what?
I can see a woman tooting something up. Okay, right. But a man talking about, look at me, this is my bike. Nah.
Right. On your handlebars and stuff like that don't even make any sense.
They got a video.
That's what happened.
I ain't gonna play it, but it was a guy parked his Hellcat Charge outside, and people rolled up, shot a music video on somebody else's car. On somebody else's car. I ain't gonna pull it up.
I believe it.
Brandon, don't tell the people. You don't have to listen to my advice, but be careful. Find out who owned that place. Be careful.
I hear you.
Because you don't sell them fried chicken and no barbecue. Because they know we got the best that. They can't stop that. No, not fried chicken. Excuse me. Fried fish and barbecue. You don't sell that. You sell something else. So just be careful. But Brandon,
I hear you.
Why you say you won't do it again? Hard work to get something worth getting. It takes hard work. You say you won't do it again? I think people are blessed if they can hire, especially the black business, if they can hire an employee. Because most of our businesses don't have employee. We don't have an employee for our damn channel.
Right. But like I said, while we're down here, we had to let somebody go, and we dealt with a bunch of our own people doing things to us to hurt our business. You know what I'm saying?
Who your own people do?
Remember what I told you? What the guy did?
Talking about stealing?
And why we? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That could be every business. I don't give black, yellow, purple, or blue.
And I hear you. But if you're already short and it's hard finding people, when you have to let people go because they doing stuff like that, it just makes it harder, is what I'm saying. And if now you just increasing the chances of it not working out, you know what I'm saying, or putting too much stress and pressure on people. So that's the only reason why I say if I could do it again, we probably wouldn't.
Now, watch
like
this.
I say,
What are you doing to remove yourself from your operation at the position, at the
Hi,
capacity you at now?
hiring people, training them,
Last
trying to get
time,
them in there.
last time
Hmm?
you had an interview.
Last time we had an interview with somebody, they've got at least three candidates. Like, they talk to them and they're looking for certain people. Like, they've got good enough where they can kind of feel who's going to work out with the team dynamic they have in there now. So it's not like we were hiring anybody, just because when we were doing that, it just don't work out. People flaky. So they kind of
Uh,
have an idea of what kind of people to hire.
and you did not answer my question. Last time you had an
What?
interview,
They had an interview last week.
how did that go?
I'm not sure how it went, but I know how it went because I think they're going to go ahead and hire the person.
All right. Now, what makes your now? I'm coming from a side. I hired and fired a lot of people within the past
Mhm.
3 years, 5 years. So I'm coming from another side. What makes your job more attractive than another job down the street?
The tips for one, if you're going to be working for us, you're going to be getting a lot of tips, and you can easily get an extra $100 a pay period with the amount of tips, depending on what kind of customer service you give. That's one thing, and us having highs and lows as far as workload, like you can be working a lot sometimes, but then it's gonna be downtime where you can relax a little bit, and we're not gonna be on you trying to push you to do X, Y, and Z. So you're always busy, trying to find busy work. We're not that type of business, so that's another key hiring point.
All right. What's your average
And so
tips in a day for your employees?
a piece,
Yeah.
maybe about $15.
All right. So, and what's your pay rate per hour?
It depends on experience, but like $10 or $11.
So we're gonna say $11. So you could tell a interviewer the pay rate is $11 per hour, and typically per day our employees average around $15 in tips. So if you work a 4 hour
Mm.
shift, so that's $44 plus $15. Are the tips taxable? Do you get taxed on those tips?
I think we get taxed on them, but well, I guess yeah, you're gonna get taxed in your paycheck for on your
How,
tips. So
how
I
you
mean,
do the tip jar? How the tip jar works?
we just add that into the system of tips for that day.
So definitely they go get taxed on those tips
Yeah, yeah, they're getting
if you
taxed on the
go
tip.
if you go through it. And also one benefit you have, you need to be careful of this one. I know you have downtime, but will your employees have downtime if your area is not clean? Do you have a standard? Do you
Well,
have a standard
that's
of
yeah, yeah, yeah.
cleanliness you follow?
For Yeah, yeah, of course. Like if you work in the front, you're taking orders, you're giving orders out, you're wiping the tables down. After somebody leaves, you're wiping the tables down. As long as you do that, keep the front clean. After that's over with, you're good. Check the bathroom, that kind of thing. The cook in the middle, if he's done all his cooking, he's done all his prep stuff, make sure all the inventory is ready. He doesn't need anything. He's good. He can relax. The person in the back, after you wash all your dishes, put everything up, sorted the inventory that's in the back, XYZ, then you can do whatever you want to do. So we do have things in place after the main part of your day is on pause because there's nothing going on. Then there's another set of things you can do after you do that. Then that's when you kind of
You
chill
get
or whatever.
you get tired of chair. Okay. Let me see here. What's the typical hours they work a day for your employees?
They will work 10 to 5, or then they will come in to 5 to close. So it's two shifts.
What time you close?
8 o'clock on Fridays and Saturdays is 9 o'clock.
Shit, 5 to 8. That's 3 hours.
Hmm?
You said 10 to
10,
5.
10, 10, Yeah, 10 to 5:30. Mm-hmm.
And 5 they close.
Mm-hmm.
Who working 3 hours? Who going in there for 3 hours a day working?
Kids. Some kids are,
They're
but
going
most
there for
people,
3 hours.
yes, yeah.
I'm just
And not to mention, like when you close, like you'll close then, but you'll still have to shut this store down. So it'll almost be an extra hour, to be in
so
there. You know what I mean?
your second shift, what they work 4 hours or 3 hours?
Second shift almost work by 4 hours. It seems like
Okay.
about
All
four or
right.
four. And sometimes
Okay.
they'll come in at 4 o'clock instead of 5.
Okay, I can see that. Ooh. I don't know. The whole thing I'm looking at is, and why people leave, why people quit besides stealing? Why people quit? You ever ask somebody?
Well, they have. I mean, just people, the kids that they've had, they just didn't want to work. I mean, they're just is what it is. Like they found something better to do, or they just tired of, doing it. Like it's no real reason. Like I said, they don't. It's not like they didn't like the job or didn't like us. It's like they just got tired of working.
Thank you for watching, and if you like the content, do not be afraid to hit that like button and the subscribe button, and don't forget to share it out. Man, we got videos dropping every single week, and we surely appreciate your time, and we can't wait to hear back from you. Leave a comment, leave a like, and guys, make sure you have a good day. God bless you. Take it easy.